All right, what's going on, everyone? Captain here, back with another Marvel Contest Champions video. Today, we're back with another episode of the Captain's Corner, and as you have seen right here to my, well, I guess this is my right, your left, whatever YouTube is looking at it like, and his camera's flipped, so it's all wonky right now, but we're making it work. With Simula67, or as I like to call him, Simula67, coming on for Captain's Corner, episode 4. How you doing?
Good, dude. How are you, man?
Doing good. Appreciate you hopping on today for this. I've been wanting to get on ever since I came up with this series. I definitely was like, okay, I got to get Simula on. I like that guy. He's a good dude. So I've been excited that you agreed to come on.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to doing it for sure.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Simula has his own YouTube channel, which is kind of the whole basis around this series, guys. I invite some smaller streamers, less known people in the community to help give them a little bit more exposure. So if you guys aren't aware of who he is, his links will be down in the description. His YouTube channel, Twitter, you got a Discord as well. So I'll drop all those links down in the description, guys. I encourage you, follow him, join the Discord, have a good time. You won't be disappointed. And hopefully you understand why as we go throughout today's episode. But the background between the Simula thing, so it's Simula67. But first off, I guess I should ask, where'd you come up with the name Simula? Where'd that come from?
So I'm a software developer by trade, and the actual name, the full name, Simula67, is actually a programming language. Oh. It's the first object-oriented programming language. So when I was in college, we learned about it in some class or something, and one of my buddies, Evan, commented to me that it would be a good name for like a heavy metal band that sang nothing but like nerdy music or nerdy lyrics, and so that just kind of stuck with me, and eventually I just picked it up and used it. So nice. I use it for pretty much everything. I use it on my PlayStation as well. So.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff, so I never would have guessed that that's what it was from. So that's pretty cool. And so the reason I call him Simula is the first I ever discovered Simula here. I was in the middle of one of my streams. I don't remember what stream, if it was a big stream or what I was doing, but like a very popular thing that people do in the MCOC community, when we're finishing our stream, we'll see if anyone else is live, and we'll raid them and send everyone from our chat over. And I just happened to check and see what channels were live, and I saw this one that was, in my opinion, I read it as Simula67. I say it out loud on stream, saying, let's go raid Simula67. Didn't find out until later that it was pronounced Simula, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
So funny, dude. When I when I get rated by somebody new, I usually like look up, after the fact, I'll look up their streams and just see kind of like how they found me, like if it was somebody in the chat who knows me, or just a search. And when you said Simula, I was howling, man. It was so funny. Oh, man. I was like, I got to keep this in the back of my head, and it will be useful for me someday.
Yep, and he did indeed use it. He did a recap video from 2020. So if you guys, it's back on his channel. I'll link it at the top there above me. You go check that out, and he makes some good fun of me in that one, and I was cracking up when I watched that, so it was a good time. But yeah, so that's kind of how I discovered Simula, and from there on, I just kind of kept my tabs on this guy. I'm like, this guy knows a thing or two about this game. I gotta keep in touch. But yeah, so how long have you been playing MCOC?
I started in August of 2016. So okay. What's that, like almost a year? When I forget when launch was. Was it like December 2015 maybe? I
think that sounds about right. I never remember.
So almost a year late, I guess.
Okay.
And I kept seeing ads for it on like my Facebook feed. So, a couple of my friends must have been playing it at the time. And just one day, I just decided to finally give into the Facebook algorithm and download the game, and I got hooked pretty quickly, as many of us do, so.
It definitely did the same. It hooked me as well, pretty hook, line, and sinker pretty quickly. One of my best friends at the time, well, he's still one of my best friends, but he's the one that told me about the game, and he'd been playing it for a couple weeks at that point, and I quickly passed him and kept sending him updates like, I just got this, I just beat this, and he was just like, whoa, you're going crazy at this. So I always blame
Yeah,
him. I was like, it's your fault that I started this nerdiness and have a YouTube channel now. So thanks.
yeah, like I had played other mobile games here and there, but and I really didn't expect this one to kind of catch me in the way that it did. I figured I would just play for a couple weeks and be done with it, but
Yeah.
it before long, I was logging in every day, multiple times a day. I think right around the time I started was when they introduced like the calendar too, so there was even more incentive
Yeah.
to log in every day. It's been a daily thing, for what 5 years now. So
Yeah, pretty much. I skipped over one of my notes I had written down was that I wanted to mention the fact that, as you can tell by probably the color scheme of his channel here, he is a Pittsburgh fan, and I always get excited for me when I find someone in the MCOC community that's also a sports fan, because I feel like we're rare. We're a rare breed in MCOC, and you happen to be a Pittsburgh fan, mostly Steelers, right? And
Yep.
couple other the teams out there.
Steelers and Penguins mostly.
Steelers, Penguins. Okay. You follow baseball much or no?
No, I mean the Pirates are really bad.
Yeah, have been for
a long
quite a while.
time. So the last time I seriously watched a Pirates game was they were in a wild card game a few years ago against the Reds. It was where Johnny Cueto dropped the ball on the mound and the place went berserk. That was one of the coolest moments I can remember. But I think I think Sid Bream way back in the '90s was pretty much the end of baseball for me.
Yeah.
When they in that game against the Braves. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, I just always like it when I'm like, yes, someone I can actually talk sports with in the community. So I always like hopping in your streams and talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude, you're getting a hockey team up your way now too, so we can have a little bit of a friendly back and forth about that finally.
See what happens there. So next question I've got for you is, what made you decide to start your YouTube channel?
So when I started the channel proper, like it was really just like a dumping ground for like various like uploads from my PS4. So like if you sort by oldest, it's really just a bunch of random stuff.
Rocket League.
Yeah, like I would upload like miscellaneous MCOC videos here and there, just right from my phone. So none of it is edited, none of it has voiceovers or intros, or I didn't even bother doing thumbnails. It was just something I did for fun. And then I kind of just wanted to start teaching myself how to edit. So I joined an alliance. This was a couple years ago, called EM Pro, and they were probably like the first alliance that I was in that was like seriously doing war. So I said, why don't I just record these fights and upload them, and try and do some basic stuff with iMovie on my laptop and whatnot.
That's what I started on.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it started. And then it kind of progressed from there. I got more serious as it progressed, and maybe like a year ago is when I really felt like this was something that I wanted to invest like more time and more energy into. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Alliance War videos back in the day. Do you still post Alliance War videos or not as much?
No, I quit.
Yeah, Alliance War, I don't think I remember seeing
competitively maybe a year ago or so.
Gotcha.
There's a video there where it's talking about why I quit my previous alliance and whatnot. So yeah, I don't really care about war much anymore,
I can't blame you there. It's it's a struggle every time. I personally I enjoy war more than Alliance Quest. I don't know, I might be weird in that, but I just not that I even enjoy Alliance War a ton, but I think it's just because I've gotten to a point now where my Alliance War attackers are pretty good, and so I feel pretty confident in it. Alliance Quest is just like the same thing. Like I have the champs I need to do it. It's just tedious and it's just annoying. Doesn't really raise any challenge anymore.
Yeah, like I'll still do the the bare minimum every season. We run one battle group right now, just to get rewards.
Okay.
But we play like no boosting, no stress. You don't have to call out deaths. Like it's real stress free. So like the amount and the type of war that I do right now, I'm fine with. I don't think I'll ever move back up into like a platinum level alliance like I was at before. So
that's fair. Yeah, I get that for sure. We just got to Plat 1 for the first time, our alliance, this last season, which was big, but hard. And so it'd be interesting to see how this next season goes if we can back it up. But we'll see what. Hey, got me. All right, moving along here. So who is your current favorite champion to play with that you like own? And then also, who is your most wanted character?
So my favorite champion in the game is Void, and
Okay.
he has been my favorite champion for quite a long time. Way back when I started like getting more interested in war and like started uploading, I would watch a lot of like BG's war videos, and he would just
Oh
sing
yeah.
the praises of Void, and I was like, I need this character. Like he countered so many things at the time, still does. I pulled him, I don't know, one random day and immediately used the generic on him and sigged him up. And I've
Nice.
been using him constantly ever since. Just, he's not, he doesn't have big flashy numbers or anything, but he's reliable, he's tanky, he gets the job done whenever I need him to. So,
Yeah, he is definitely a reliable character. He's got enough like bulk on him where he can like, kind of take some hits here if you
mhm.
accidentally slip up. But
Yep.
yeah, just the constant like damage over time on Void is
Mhm.
almost uncomparable to any other character in the game and the amount of
Yeah. And
things he
like
can counter.
in war, especially, like if you're getting on like a passive AI, one of the things I used to talk about a lot in my war videos was that um, Void is able to damage the opponent when you're waiting for them to throw a special attack.
Yep.
So if you get a particularly passive AI, you can, they can slow play the fight, and you're still gonna beat them eventually. So that was really valuable for me at the time.
Yeah, that's pretty clutch with Void for sure. So then who is your character that you want the most then?
My current white whale is Hyperion, who I've never gotten
Yes,
as
that's
a
right.
5 star.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, so I don't really. I mean, I use my 4 star here and there, but I don't. I feel like I just don't have barely a glimpse into the true power of Hyperion because I don't have him yet. So I
Yeah,
started opening up dual class crystals, trying to get him. So hopefully soon here we'll be
hopefully.
able to land
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's kind of a good one to have just for whenever you need that utility that he provides. And like you
Yeah,
said, like you can only play with the 4 star so much, but playing with the 5 star is so much different.
yeah,
And he can counter so much. And obviously, you can't bring the 4 star into Act 6 and 7, but you've
right.
already done both of those. But for future
Yeah.
content, um, yeah, I hope you get that guy soon because yeah, you got to get him, of course. Like, come on. Okay, and then who is your least favorite character to fight in the game? Like, if ever an alliance war or when event quest pops up and you're just like, gosh, dang it! It doesn't matter like what nodes are on it. Just, you see
Yep.
that character and you're just like, I want this character out of the game.
Yeah. So longtime viewers of my channel will know the answer to this, and it is absolutely 100% Domino.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate Domino. I always say that if I could delete one character from the game, it would be her.
so much
Um,
unnecessary damage, just
yeah,
unavoidable damage too.
yeah, exactly. Like
That's the
in
thing, really.
my old war videos, like it was almost guaranteed. Like if I had a Domino in my path, I would just die to her.
Yeah,
Just like I hate how she just breaks basic game mechanics,
she really
and
does.
then punishes you on top of it with the degen. It's just like just twisting that knife right in your back there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
Domino for sure. My least favorite defender.
she's definitely up there for me too. That I absolutely hate playing her every time it happens. Okay, and then what is one thing about MCOC that if you could change it like tomorrow, what would it be? Like if it was adding a new feature or changing a current existing, or if it was just changing a certain character's abilities, or what anything that comes to mind.
Um, Man, that's a good one. I would probably fix some of like the mechanical issues that are really common in the game. I know that's kind of maybe a more general answer,
Hmm.
but things like the Blexterity, which is a problem right now. The snap light attacks are a problem. I just want I rather than like one specific change, I would want to make the game like a more like a tighter experience for players as well. So
Yeah.
if I had to selfishly pick something, I would probably, I don't know, I would turn one of Void's like Void has this like agility debuff, but it has the slow icon, and it bugs me that it's not actually slow. So
Oh yeah.
I would say
Never
like
thought of that. Yeah.
change it to slow just to
Huh.
make him even more powerful.
Dude. Oh man, that'd be ridiculous. I mean, it kind of is a slow, but it just counters evade, not
Right, right,
not
right.
unstoppable. So, um, for me, it's always been masteries. I want to be able to switch between suicide and non-suicide. I just want a button, I can press it and it'll switch to my preset that I've already gotten, which is something they've teased us about, that they've said it's in the works. I just want it now. Like, how is it so much harder? How's it been taking this long for them to get it in the game? It's like,
even if they introduced like the ability to remove one single point from a given mastery,
rather even that too,
full reset. Like, I want to change 1 point, but you have to reset the entire tree. It's just such a pain.
Yeah, and at this point too, like, just from changing master so many times, I feel like I've spent more units going back and forth in units than I initially did to unlocking those things. And so, but that's a whole, I doubt they'll ever give us a free reset. They've had times where they give it to us for like a week or something where we can just reset for free.
It'd be nice for sure.
Yeah. It should be like at a certain point, you should be able to have it for free.
It feels like they could probably incorporate it into like the sigil, where they would give free mastery resets to sigil owners.
Yeah.
That seems like an easy change to implement.
And think it would draw more people to actually get the sigil too, I feel
exactly.
like too.
Like, any time that they from a business perspective, they can increase the value of the sigil, I think they would do so. So that seems like an easy win for them.
Definitely. All right, so that's kind of the opening basic, introductory questions. Let's dive into more talking about what you got going on your channel and just you in general. For him, he streams just about every day. I feel like for the most part, I see you streaming.
About 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday.
Okay, Monday through Thursday. There you go. And is it around the same time usually for people, or?
Yep. 8 p.m. Eastern usually.
8 p.m. Eastern. So there you go, guys. 5 on the West Coast for me. So that's the time you're looking for if you're looking for Simula on his streams. So some of the things that I like about your channel is you're obviously a very skilled character. You're a skilled character. You're a very skilled player in the game. I feel like every time I'm watching a breakdown or watched your Abyss, I was on call for you with your Abyss. It's just very impressive every time. Like, you used Cosmic Ghost Rider in there, which I hadn't really seen many people using Cosmic Ghost Rider in there. And I watched your video. He has a whole video breaking down of what fights he used him for. So you should definitely go check that out. If you're trying to figure out an Abyss team and never thought of Cosmic Ghost Rider, well, maybe you should. So I feel you're good at finding different ways to use characters that aren't always like obvious uses. A big one being Dragon Man. I feel like you're a pretty big Dragon Man enthusiast. Is that fair to say? Yeah. And I literally your videos literally were the ones that encouraged me to take mine to rank 2, and I have no regrets. I used him throughout variant 5 a ton, and he was helpful. So
yeah, Dragon Man. He's just. I pulled him around the same time as a 5 and a 6 star. And I happen to have a tier 5 class catalyst sitting around from Abyss way back in a few months back.
Yeah.
And I played with him as a 5 star for a little bit, and I had so much fun with him. He was, he's not like any other Mystic character in terms of how you play him, what he kind of does. He's almost like the exact opposite.
Yeah. So most Mystics are like nullifying kind of stuff, and where Dragon Man actually, it's like you actually want those buffs to stay on. Most of the time, it's kind of similar. Like, I feel like he's kind of what they intended with Diablo, because Diablo is kind of the same thing. He doesn't really nullify buffs. He does more damage if there's more buffs on them, but I think that didn't really pan out the way they wanted, and so now Dragon Man is kind of what Diablo could have been in a sense.
Right. And like I didn't really see anybody, there wasn't really much hype around him when he came out. But I think, all I would see him on is defense most of the time. I didn't really see anybody doing like,
for good reason too. He's a great defender.
Sure. Yeah, but I didn't see anybody doing like any big gameplay with him. So I thought, I'm having so much fun with him. Let's just upload a bunch of stuff, and I don't know. It's been like 5 or 6 videos with Dragon.
You just posted one like last week or so, right here. Yeah, where you 0 hits and he kills some guys. Like, I'm not going to spoil how it works, but it's kind of cool. Kind of like we were talking earlier with Void, how he does damage while you're waiting for the opponent to do something. Well, Dragon Man has ways he can do kind of the same thing. It's not nearly the amount of damage and quickness of Void, but it's doable. Yeah, Dragon Man is definitely fun, and like you've definitely put him on my radar of someone that I wanted to try out more in attack rather than just throwing him on defense. And I possibly will take mine to rank 3 soon. I'm sitting on two Mystic. I'm sitting on 2 Mystics right now, and I already got Doom up, so it's like, hey, might as well. Humble brag there.
I'm hoping I can dupe him soon. He would be
Same,
my profile champ if I can.
Oh, that'd be
him,
cool.
So.
Nice. Yeah, I have a feeling Doom will be my profile champ for a while.
Yeah.
unless I dupe Silver Surfer, I guess. But let's see. Also, another thing that I really like, I'm gonna click on a video here and just play your intro. I really like your intro because like that's something that I've never really had, is like a cool intro or anything. But like you've got this little Guillotine 2099 with Doom. She takes him down, stares him down, and then your logo pops up. I've always just thought that was really cool, and I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, that clip is from I think it's from the anniversary video that Kabam put out last December. And when I watched it for the first time, Guillotine, one of my top 5 favorite characters too. And when I saw her just like basically kick Doom's ass there with her sword, I was like, I gotta use this. Use this. So
yeah.
And then I just added the music is from the end of a Mega Man game, and then the clicking noise when the letters pop up is from Mega Man 2. So that kind of ties everything together with like my stream theme and whatnot.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I've had like brief times. I've had like kind of little mini intros that I've done, and I don't know, I've just never found anything that I've gotten super attached to. So I'm always jealous of people when they have like a cool intro or like a outro thing. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not creative enough to come up with that kind of stuff, but maybe someday.
Yeah, like my old intro was silent and more like understated, like just a simple like logo zoom. And I liked that for a long time. I didn't change it, but when I saw that clip in that video from the anniversary, I was like, I have to use this. And
yeah.
So
nice. And so a couple other things that his channel you can find that are really helpful. You have a Labyrinth of Legends series. A beginner's guide to Labyrinth of Legends, which most of us, we're way past doing Labyrinth. And it's been a while since I feel like anyone's made kind of a current Labyrinth guide. Because like everyone, like back then, it was like everyone used Star-Lord or Stark Spidey. I used Blade on my first run. I would not recommend that. So I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of your Labyrinth guides yet, but knowing you and all the stuff we've talked about, your skill level and everything, guys, I'm sure they're great watches. And if you're trying to figure out a Labyrinth now, more current times with like newer characters added and everything, you want to check those out for sure.
Yeah, those guides are those guides are among the most popular videos on my channel.
Yeah.
So I always get lots of good compliments on them, and I'm so glad that they've helped a lot of people. One of the things that I wanted to do when I started, taking my channel a bit more seriously was, I wanted to make sure that I was able to help other players, the way that, content creators when I started helped me. So I'm glad, those Labyrinth guides have been received so well.
Yeah. Doing guides is definitely something that's like, it's not as easy as some people make it seem, but your guides are always very thorough and clear and concise. And just well done edited wise. It's nothing like super flashy or anything, but it's also clean and like really well done. I've always liked that about your guides.
I mean, and you know this too as a creator. Like I don't think the average viewer understands like how much work goes into editing. Even just like a simple video.
Yeah.
I spend way more hours than it even took to record the gameplay, just editing it, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so when it comes to that stuff, so I know I want it to look exactly the way that I have it envisioned in my head. So.
Yeah, the amount of time that I put into my Comic-Con vlogs, like people love them and like think they're great, like they don't even know, like I've said it a couple times, but pretty much most of those days I was running on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep because I was up so late editing so I could get them up the next day. And but yeah, it's so rewarding though when it comes out like how you wanted it to be.
Definitely.
Though, and then you get that positive response, so it's always cool to see that. I love your thumbnails too. They're always stand out and they're nice and clean. I struggle with my thumbnails still. I just I can never find something I like.
That font that I chose, I started using that back when I was doing war stuff, and I was looking for like the war videos. I wanted to have this kind of like old boxing poster theme to them.
Okay.
And that font is called Boxer, and I just kind of stuck with it. So it's it's not in your face flashy. It's but it's unique enough that it doesn't look like anybody else's thumbnails, which I really want.
Exactly. So. That's kind of the big thing with YouTube, is being unique, and so that people remember you or recognize your stuff when it comes up. It's the name of the game.
That's right.
Do you happen to have a favorite video that you've ever made on your channel?
There are a bunch that I'm really proud of. In terms of like editing, I'm really proud of like all the Labyrinth guides that I did, like we talked about. The Morningstar guide that I put up a couple months ago. Very proud of how that was edited. In terms of like gameplay, there's my most viewed video is a solo of Maestro in the Labyrinth with Guillotine. And at the time, there was only MSD was the only other player to have done that. So I was pretty proud of that. And then there's a video of me using Namor to take down the convention boss Thanos, which was last year, I think.
Okay.
So that was a pretty solid one too.
Nice. Yeah.
For the most part, I don't require like I'm not perfect. I don't try to make myself appear to be like a player who plays perfectly all the time. So normally if I make a mistake in a video, it's that's just going to be what the video looks like. So as long as I achieve the what I wanted to do in the video, it's fine with me.
Nice. Yeah, I always like to tell people that my channel is that channel to come to if you want to feel better about your own gameplay, because you'll see bad gameplay on my channel. So I try. Sometimes I'll do a guide or whatever, and I try to get like the perfect gameplay, but more often than not, it's just kind of like very sloppy. I'm like, well, it is what it is.
you always get the perfect gameplay when you're not recording too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I've noticed.
For sure, I get that. Cool. So that kind of wraps up all those questions I had lined up. Just a few more things, like future plans for your channel. Do you have anything on the horizon? Upcoming videos? Are more to the Labyrinth guides? Are we seeing more Abyss paths soon, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, so I'm waiting for my stash to refill before I go back into Abyss.
Like your revived stash and everything?
Yeah.
So you're one of those smart people that plans out your runs and waits like a month or so, and then does it when you actually have just been a unit.
I didn't do it in a week.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
Some people did.
I was crazy.
Yeah, like as far as like future videos, I have a whole list of stuff that I want to get through. But being married and have kids to take care of, I'm really limited in like my time. So I kind of I'm not one of these creators who is able to upload, one video every day, and I'm not uploading, reaction videos to every little thing that happens. I leave that for, people whose full-time job this is. So I feel like when I make a video, I want it to be not only worth my time, but my viewers' time. So, I don't upload as frequently as I used to. So, but yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that I would like to get to for sure.
Nice. So how many paths of Abyss? How many paths of Abyss? I think you've done 2, right?
Yeah, I did 2
okay.
so far.
Okay. So well, then we'll be looking forward to that path number 3 coming up soon. Have you figured out like which one you're going to be doing next, or?
Yeah, I think I'm just going in order. So I think 3 is the short path. I think I think
that sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure I have my team picked out. I forget who it is, of course, but so I'm sure really
Aegon will be in there, and
maybe
a couple other people that
it's really just a matter of resources at the moment.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, that's definitely the smart way to do it. I recommend doing it that way. I was just on the clock at the time. I was trying to beat it before they did the reset.
Oh right, yeah.
But then ended up not making it there, and at that point I was just like, I just want to get it done. So I just powered through, and it was right after 4th of July, so I had all the units, and I'm like, I could be smart and save these units for other stuff, but
I'm
or I
so
can
like
just finish this.
I'm so like spiteful when it comes to spending units, like
Yeah.
because I'm not really a big arena grinder, so everything that I get is what little arena I do,
Yeah.
and then just the free stuff. Like I don't buy unit packs either, so I kind of like I feel really gross spending units on stuff, and I'll do it for content like Abyss because it's kind of designed that way, but
Yeah.
like I did 7.1 item lists in the last variant item
That's
list
right.
just because I was like, you want me to spend units on this content, I'm not going to on
Yeah, I'm
purpose.
gonna prove you that I don't need to. That's impressive. Yeah, item list Act 7. You did 100% act like item list?
Yeah, 7.1
Dang.
all item lists. Yeah,
Nice.
there's a playlist on the channel with all the streams replayed. So
Playlists. Let's see here. Where are we at? Act 7. Yep, right there. If you guys want to see a guide on how to item list Act 7, which I probably should watch. I've only done an initial clear. But yeah, that there you go, guys. Go to the playlist, check that out. Cool. And lastly, Simula has joined us when we've done those Among Us streams, so I'm hoping to do some more of those in the future. I've seen there's some fun mods and everything that add like different roles and kind of stuff. So maybe someday we'll get more into that. So it's always fun though to break that out. And I think we just got a notification in game that there's a maintenance coming up next Tuesday, so maybe we'll be having another Among Us stream.
ooh.
Yeah.
I love playing Among Us with everybody, but I am so bad at it, dude.
Oh yeah, it's
so
a very
bad at it.
it's such a simple concept, but it's so hard because like the name of the game is like you want to be a good liar, and I am not really good at that. I'm like I start to like laugh, or I have too many tells. I can never play poker. So
when I die early and I see like Dragon or CT just completely fool everybody, I'm just like in awe at how well they can play.
Yeah, Clobberin is definitely the one too, or his analysis a lot of the times, like figuring out who was where and everything. I'm like, how do you remember all of this?
He's so convincing.
Like the first couple times I played with him, I was like, he's got to be watching my stream. Like he called out my exact movement the entire time, but no, he's got that kind of brain,
He's so sure of what he's saying, even when he's totally full of it, that you're like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's like maybe I am the imposter.
I'm doubting myself.
I did do that. But yeah, so we have a lot of fun with those. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get one of those going on Tuesday. We'll have to ask around, see who all is available.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, is there anything you want to throw out there to the viewers as a final statement or anything?
I don't think so, dude. This was super fun, and I really appreciate you asking me to be a guest on here.
Of course.
And, I'm glad that you raided me that one fateful day. We've gotten to chit chat and play a couple games together a few times.
Yeah, I've also enjoyed you too. You've hopped in a couple times during the in the chat for my WandaVision streams and everything. So it's been fun to chat about that kind of stuff. And maybe down the road, maybe we can, as we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier about to start, maybe we could start implementing maybe some other guests coming on stream and talking about stuff as well. So definitely might hit you up for one of those.
I'm looking forward to figuring out ways that Mephisto can show up in the
I just saw I saw that you tweeted, and I had seen that someone mentioned that in a video I was watching the other day, where it was instead of Falcon and the Winter Soldier said Mephisto in the something. Oh yeah, I was like
Winter
Mephisto. That's what it was. I was cracking up. But yeah, guys. So I hope you guys had a good time watching this video. If you haven't done it yet, go down into the description, guys. Click on the links to go to Simula's channel. Hit the subscribe button. Tune into his live streams. Like I said, Monday through Thursday, he's streaming every night, or all of those nights, and. And for anything in the future videos, you'll be ready to see them there if you want to see some awesome gameplay. And also join the Discord, join all that stuff in the description down below. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.
See ya.